Hello ladies and gentlemen, how's it going? It's your boy MegaLugia here, aka The Chosen One, and today people we're going to be looking at a guide for ALOLAN MAROWAK. We're going to be looking at its movesets, abilities, typing, stats, team options, and more. I do want to say in these beginning stages of the meta, these movesets are going to be works in progress, so take these as version 1.0. Really solid, but will still have some room for improvement, so if there's anything you want to add, make sure to let me know down below. Subscribe for more Sun&Moon, and without further ado, let's get into it. So like I said, we are going to be focusing on the newly introduced ALOLAN MAROWAK. ALOLAN MAROWAK has got to be one of my favorite designs, but we're not here for designs, we are here to talk about its competitive usage. So starting off with the basics, ALOLAN MAROWAK has a new typing of Ghost Fire, which is so damn powerful offensively. Because of that typing, it is now weak to Ghost, Dark, Water, Ground, and Rock, so definitely some pretty common typings, so you should not play recklessly with this Pokemon. However, offensively, its dual stabs are good against Ghost, Psychic, Grass, Bug, Steel, and Ice, so you definitely can hit a good number of Pokemon with your coverage moves. Also, because of the Ghost typing, you do have two immunities in Normal and Fighting, Fighting being one of the most offensive typings there, and having immunity is always a nice thing to have. So moving on to its stats, ALOLAN MAROWAK has no upgrades or any redistribution from regular Marowak. Having said that, a base total of 425 splits up into 60 HP, 80 attack, 110 defense, 50 special attack, 80 special defense, and 45 speed. So obviously everything is looking pretty subpar, but we do have decent physical bulk and special defense. The speed is very slow though, but we will have workarounds that later on in the video. That goes for the attack set as well, which we will cover later on as well. Now we look at its abilities, not one, not two, but three. Starting off, we have Cursed Body, which has a 30% chance to disable your opponent's attack if Marowak is hit. Pretty cool and can have some definitely clutch moments, but isn't very reliable. Next, we have Rockhead, which negates all recoil from moves like Double Edge, but not from items like the Life Orb. So again, pretty cool, but Marowak doesn't have very many moves to take advantage of it. The last ability is Lightning Rod, which in my opinion is the best because it gives you an immunity to electric type attacks. So even though you're not a ground type anymore, you do regain that previous immunity to electric moves as well as Thunder Wave, and your two additional immunities in Fighting and Normal. So now for an overview of this Pokemon. First of all, we talked about its attack only being base 80, however, Marowak's signature item is the Thick Club, which does double your attack. So that attack is looking a lot more powerful and actually makes it a deadly physical attacker. Also, you may want to think of Trick Room support because it is so slow and late game it can help it sweep, but by no means do you rely on that. Marowak is not meant to sweep but wall break instead because of its 45 base speed, but late game with Trick Room up it is more capable of finishing off a team. Also, ALOLAN MAROWAK does have some other viable moves that can be used for support like Stealth Rocks, which can be used to avoid super effective Sucker Punches for example, Will-O-Wisp, Perish Song, as well as good coverage in Thunder Punch, Knockoff, Iron Head, Low Kick, Stone Edge, and Flame Charge. You can also go for setup with Sword Dance or if you're feeling real, Belly Drum, but I do not advise that very much. It also has a new stab move in Shadow Bone, which is 85 base power, Ghost, Physical with a 20% chance to lower the opponent's defense by -1. So nice to see a powerful stab move other than Shadow Ball and even more powerful than Shadow Punch. And probably its biggest selling point for me, well at least right now, is that it is one of the greatest answers to all the new powerful Pokemon running around right now because of its great typing and its ability to have 3 immunities and key resistances. We'll get more into that later on, but just quickly, it was the likes of certain Ultra Beasts like Pheromosa, Xurkitree, and Tapu Koko as well. So on to the first potential moveset. This is going to be a bulky all-out physical attacker. Firstly, the EVs are 132 HP, max attack 124 in speed, with an Adamant nature, enough speed to outspeed an uninvested Clefable. You're going to be holding that nice and powerful Thick Club, rocking the moves Flare Blitz, Earthquake, Shadow Bone, with the last move really being up to you. You don't really miss out on too much with these moves, so depending on your team, you have options like Thunder Punch for Pelipper, Mantine, and Gyarados, or you can go for Rock Slide for like Talonflame and Mega Charizard Y. Knockoff is there for utility, Will-O-Wisp as another option to predict switch-ins like Defensive Lando and Defensive Garchomp, and Sword Dance if you are feeling like the rest of your team supports the Marowak enough for it to set up. This set is obviously very hard hitting but does lack speed, so you will have to either support it with Trick Room, Thunder Wave support, or hit walls really hard, or mons that want to switch in with U-Turn and Volt Switch support. The next set is going to be a specially defensive set holding the leftovers with max HP, 212 defense, 44 speed, and that speed is enough to outspeed an uninvested Tangrowth, so you don't have to catch that knockoff. The moves are going to be Will-O-Wisp, Shadow Bone, Flare Blitz, and either Knockoff or Earthquake. Now this moveset is the best hidden gem to come out of Gen 7 in my opinion so far. As I mentioned before, Pheromosa cannot touch this set with any combination of moves, resisting its stabs and coverage options like Poison Jab and Ice Beam. Not to mention it has to think twice about clicking high jump kick with a ghost type in the back. It also stops Tapu Koko being immune to electric type because of Lightning Rod, resisting Fairy as well as all its other coverage. Let's keep going. Xurkitree immune to electric again and cannot touch you with its coverage. You also wall Buzzwoles with stabs, and if it is locked into a move that's even better, but it does have Earthquake for coverage, so you do have to watch out for that. Even defensive monsters like Clefable cannot touch you with Thunder Wave and you resist its Moonblast. As you can see, Alolan Marowak is incredibly useful Pokemon because of its all new ability, features, and all that good stuff, so I definitely really like this Pokemon. Now for some quick damage calcs, an Adamant Thick Club Marowak Flare Blitz does 83% max to a max defense Bold Clefable. Also a Shadow Bone is a guaranteed 2-hit KO versus Rotom Wash and a 2-hit KO versus max defensive Hippowdon. An Adamant Thick Club Shadow Bone does 92% max to a fully defensive Slowbro, guaranteed 2-hit KO versus Heatran and a 2-hit KO versus Assault Vest Tangrowth. Now onto the specially defensive set. With that spread, you could take 18% from a Modest Life Orb Tapu Koko Dazzling Gleam, 16% from Adamant Choice Band Buzzwole Leech Life, and 18% from an Adamant Banded Pheromosa Lunge. Also, you're not OHKO'd by Kartana's Adamant Life Orb Night Slash if it even runs that, and you OHKO it back with Flare Blitz. Magirina's stabs are also resisted and you take up to 37% from a Modest Fleur Cannon while you 2-hit KO it back. You're also not 2-hit KO'd by Komoo's Clanging Scales, and again you are immune to anything Xurkitree throws at you. As you can see, Alolan Marowak is a great Pokemon to have on your team right now to counter a lot of the threats you see being used. Now onto some team options. You want to try and build your team around Marowak's immunities and the common threats so that your opponent has to think twice before clicking a move. Marowak is not supposed to be the star of your team, I reiterate that, but help your other Pokemon do their thing. This isn't also a complete team example, just members you could add. For example, a Choice Lock Tapu Koko might see a Pelipper on your team and want to click Thunderbolt, but that Marowak is in the back and prevents that from happening and can even eat up any other hit it wants from Tapu Koko. Since it's weak to water and ground types, Rotom Wash makes a good partner. You also want some fast offense to handle mons like Landorus, so a Weavile always fits. You will need some hazard removal as well, so the newly introduced Tapu Fini with Defog does the job. You can also add Mega Sableye, which bounces back hazards. And the last one on your team can be Tapu Koko for some nice Volt Switch support and some good Fairy and Electric stab. And there you have it guys. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Make sure to let me know what you think of this Pokemon down below and whether or not you're going to try it. Also, like I said, this is the beginning stages of the meta, so the main thing is to go out there and try these sets out. But until next time, it's been your boy MegaLugia here checking out. Peace!